welcome to Spiritual Hygiene with Josie Bray. My name is Josie and I'm your host and guide. Today we have a question from Lauren in Somerville, Massachusetts. Lauren asks, Dear Josie, how can I relieve neck tension? Lauren, this is a great question and a lot of people ask me this. I'm actually going to put down my clipboard in order to show you this. So neck tension is very, very common, and I'm just going to show you a couple techniques you can do right now to help relieve some neck tension. Here's a technique from one of my teachers, Eric Franklin. You take one hand on top of the other, just like that, and then you're just going to squeeze your neck. Give it just a little squeeze, like you're squeezing the water out of a sponge. And then release your hands, and maybe you could imagine that sponge filled with nice, warm, clean water. So we'll do that a couple more times, squeezing the back of your neck and then releasing it. If you can soften your jaw and soften your tongue, that will help. A couple more like this, squeezing the back of your neck and releasing it, and then one more like that. And then take your hands down. And now I'll show a couple techniques from craniosacral therapy. And craniosacral therapy actually comes out of the Shawnee and Cherokee traditions. So you can take your thumb and your pointer finger and take them right here to the joints where the sternum meets the clavicle. You can see these little bumps here, right? Your clavicle, your collarbone has bumps. And you're gonna put your pointer finger and your thumb right there on the bumps. Just rest that there gently. And as you do that, maybe you can imagine the fluid flowing between your head and your spine. Or maybe you can just imagine that there's energy flowing. If you let your jaw soften, that will also help with neck tension. And then go ahead and take your fingers along the sides of your neck. You have a muscle that goes from behind your ear all the way down to your sternum, to this joint where we were just touching. And if you gently take your fingers behind your ears, make little circles, so you're giving it a little massage behind your ears. You can just let your eyes soften in your head. You can see me getting a little like, let your tongue soften in your mouth. Gentle circles there behind your ears, and then light, long strokes from behind your ears down to this, again, that same joint, the sternoclavicular joint. So just gently massaging that space. These muscles on either side of your neck, your SCM, they're responsible for turning your head. And they also tend to get really tense if you stick your chin forward, which a lot of us do with cell phones and computers and driving and all that. And just a couple more like that. And then just go ahead and take your hands down. Notice your neck. And then we'll do one more quick little neck exercise. Take your pointer fingers and put them right behind your ears. And imagine there is a beam of light between your fingers. And imagine that your head could nod forward and back right over that beam of light. So you could just bobble your head forward and back in that space between your fingers. And then come on back to center and imagine your head like a little bobblehead, those little bobbleheads that people have in their cars. Those are a few techniques you can use to relieve chronic neck pain or just acute neck pain if you're just having some neck pain today. If you have a question for me, feel free to send your question about physical, emotional, or spiritual health to hello@josiebray.com. Or you can get my anxiety release bundle on my website at www.josiebray.com. Thanks for coming, and I'll see you soon.